everybody, I'm Cheryl. Welcome back to Mer Pirate Makes, and look who's home. I'm so excited. I haven't sewn yet. I went and picked my machine up yesterday. I called and was like, when is my machine going to be ready? And they're like, oh, it's ready. Like, thanks for the call. But anyways, it's back. It did cost more money than expected to repair because like I had messed up the feed dogs, which I kind of knew, but it cost more to fix that than I anticipated. And yeah, I spent way more money on it than I would have if I had just taken it in to see a professional from the beginning. So yeah, I cannot recommend trying to clean your machine by yourself. And going forward, I will just bite the bullet, spend the money, and take it in. It would have been cheaper and would have been so much faster. It would have been done in 2 weeks instead of taking a month. And I could have been sewing all the things this whole time. So happy to have it. Frustrated with myself, but you know, lesson learned, right? Move on. Also, I just want to show you guys, I crocheted this top. I think it's super cute. I love it way more than I thought. I'll link the pattern that I started using below. It was free and I found it really confusing. You know, when you're going to use free patterns, you can't really expect too much from the instructions. And as a new crocheter, I definitely needed more hand holding than was available from this designer. So I think my next project, I'm either going to have to pay for something that has better instructions, or maybe I'm going to have to start with a different project and like crochet something else. The next pattern I have my eye on has like a lace portion, and the chart for that is a little confusing. So maybe I'll make up something else and then circle around to making a garment again. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's super hot right now in Boulder. And today, this morning, we went and we had to pick up some more salt and we did spend some time in the garden. And I felt totally cool and comfortable with this top. And I've just got it over a black sports bra. I think it looks really cute. And I do feel like Ricky from H2O, just add water. So that was a complete success. It was pretty quick once I actually learned how to do it. And now we are halfway through the year, if you can believe it. I can barely believe it. Since it is halfway through the year, I thought we would take a look at our Make 9 and check in and see how we're doing. So I've got my notes here. And let's think back and remember what was on my Make 9 and just see, have I made it? A dog sweater? No. A quilt? No. A bra? No. A workout set? No. A swimsuit? No. A men's shirt? No. A full bust adjustment? No. A bag? I made the Kajani pouches, but I'm going to say no. And do some leather work? No. Why haven't I done anything? And I think that one of the biggest mistakes I made setting up this Make 9 is that I put too many like brand new techniques or brand new crafts kind of on there. So the quilt, the leather work, bag making, these all require like kind of specialized equipment or special material that I didn't already own. And finances are pretty tight, so I couldn't just go out and easily, you know, bulk buy everything I needed for these. Especially the quilt costs a lot more money to make than I thought. The quilting feet aren't that much. They're like $30 or something. I could afford that. But the amount of fabric and batting that you need for a quilt is way more than I thought. And because I do want this quilt to go on the bed, we have a queen size bed, but we need a king size blanket. It's just way more materials than I was anticipating. So that's one issue. Another is that, you know, my sewing machine's been out of commission for like 2 months now, and that has really set me back on all of my plans. Also focusing on trying to thrift. Materials has been limiting for a lot of these. They need specialist, you know, materials. The swimsuit and the workout gear and the bra and stuff all need materials that you're probably not going to find at the thrift store. I have made progress on the full bust adjustment, and I've just been waiting for my sewing machine basically. And I have made progress with the bag. I'm going to be doing I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put it here. I did buy some like heavier duty interfacing at Joann's when it was closing. So I'm hopeful that I can get that ticked off the list soon. I do have the materials to make 2 dog sweaters from that pattern I showed last time. I'll put it here. But it's just the timing's off now. I don't think Darwin would appreciate me putting sweaters on her when it's, so hot outside. Also, the yellow ice cream fabric that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with last time, my husband has requested a shirt out of. So that can be a take 2 of the men's shirt. I just have to kind of do some research and see how to fit raglan sleeves better for him. And then kind of checking with the Make 9 made me realize how far behind I was. And I did have a little bit of money, so I did spend it on brand new materials to make a bra and a swimsuit. So for the bra, I was really deliberating between the Emerald Erin Black Beauty bra and some of the kits that I saw on Bra Builders. Since this is my first time making a bra, I found the whole process pretty confusing. All the things that you need, the underwire and the amount of fabric and even like the findings and stuff. The Emerald Erin website was super easy to use, and the Bra Builders website was very confusing. The final kit came out to about the same price, including shipping, and I think they're both Canadian, and I'm in the US, so I was a little worried about shipping, but shipping was about $7 either way, so that wasn't really a consideration. But basically, I went with the Emerald Erin Black Beauty bra simply because I was confident that I had the correct size for, so on both sites, they offer you a small or a large version of the kit, and it was confusing which one I needed. So with the Black Beauty bra, I was confident that I had bought the correct size of kit, and I had the correct size of underwire, and I had the correct size of pattern. So I did go ahead and buy that, and I'm going to show it to you now. This is what the Emerald Erin Black Beauty bra looks like. It's a very, very basic, I would say, everyday underwire bra. It's what I had in mind when I decided I wanted to make a bra. So I'm really happy with that. It came in this recycled packaging, which I also really like. And it came wrapped in paper, which I also love that it is sustainably packaged. And then you get the kit here, and it's got absolutely everything you need. And I got this postcard in there saying that they are going to start or have started selling swimwear stuff. So there's a code. I don't know if it's still valid, but you can give that a try. 10% off swim supplies. So I'm going to definitely check them out to see if they have any cool swim stuff available. But I got my underwire and my kit with all my findings. I had to go with the large, and I did decide to sew view A. So in here you have all of your elastic and your sliders and your clasps and everything. And I decided to go with the teal main fabric with this pink contrasting fabric. And I think that's going to be so pretty, so fun. I'm looking forward to sewing it. And now that my sewing machine and my serger are available, I definitely want to get started on that soon, probably as soon as I've cleared out my to-sew bin. And then the other thing that I decided to move forward on making on my Make 9 is a swimsuit. I've been really ready to sew a swimsuit, and Chris over on Social has been singing the praises of Edgewater Avenue for quite a while, so I did decide to go with some of their patterns. I picked 2 tops and 1 bottom, and I will put them here. The first one is a really cool like bikini top, and you can tie it a bunch of different ways. I thought that was really fun and would be really kind of versatile. And then the second is a more like sporty swimsuit top that would be really practical for if we're like out boating, or if I'm playing with my nieces or something. I don't want to worry about the placement of my swimsuit. And then I bought 1 bottom that's just a really basic bottom. I think it would be good with either top, and also good for, just in general, just a really solid basic bikini bottom. And then when I went looking for swimsuit fabric, I was pretty shocked by how expensive it is. I found a seller on eBay. They had the biggest selection of swimsuit fabrics I saw, and also a decent price range. They were still kind of expensive, but I could afford it, so I went with them. I'll link them below. Shipping was pretty slow though, so I can't recommend them if you're in a hurry. So originally I thought that I was going to make a reversible swimsuit. I think all the Edgewater Avenue swimsuits are designed to be reversible. So I had first picked out this fabric. I think it's really beautiful. I'm always jealous of the little girl section. I think that they have the cutest fabrics, way cuter than the adult section. So when I saw this, I just thought it was so pretty. So I got a yard of this. And then I had picked out a yard of this fabric, which I thought coordinated well. But I got a message saying that they didn't have an actual yard of this, and did I want to replace it with something else. I'm grateful that they went ahead and sent me this cut because it's super cute. And this is the second one I selected, and I don't think it suits the pineapple fabric very well. This is kind of a more mature print, but I do think it's pretty as well. It's just not, I don't like this nearly as much as I like this. So I dug around in my ready to wear swimsuits, and I have this top. It's just a really simple top, and it doesn't have a matching bottom. I got rid of the bottom because it was too high cut in the sides, and I thought that would make a really cute bottom to go with this top. And then we'll see how much fabric we have left, and if I think I can get I think it's the Jace top out of what's left of this. And then from them I also bought some swimsuit elastic. I was reading on a blog that the rubber swimsuit elastic is more durable than the other types of swimsuit elastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then I thought about it, and I decided that I did want to line the swimsuits and have them as separate rather than reversible. I found a 5-yard cut of power mesh from Fabric LA that was like $30 on Amazon. I'll link that too. And I haven't used this yet, but it seems fine. I had trouble finding like a neutral warm liner. I didn't want black or white. That's it from me. I'm sorry that I haven't made more progress on my Make 9, but I think that now that I'm set up to start getting moving again, hopefully I can knock out a few pieces in the next couple months. I think I'm going to fail, honestly, to complete my Make 9 by the end of the year, mostly because I put so many new techniques on there that need special equipment. But I'm not going to be too hard on myself about that. I think initially the Make 9 was like, you pick 9 patterns that you wanted to make, and I should have gone that route. When I was doing up my Make 9 in January, my pattern stash was quite small at the time, and honestly not that exciting. So maybe that's a sign I should go through my pattern stash again and get rid of things, because if I'm not excited to make them, I'm probably never actually going to make them. I just need to have a couple of sets for work, and then the rest of my life can just be fun, whatever I want to wear, right? So let me know down below how your Make 9 is going, if you're participating, which of these swimsuit fabrics was your favorite. I think this one's my favorite. I'm really bummed that I got so few of it, but I think this one's going to be really pretty. And then this one is just, I mean, come on. It's like a little girl's dream. I love this. I do. But I just think this one suits me a tiny bit better. But let me know which one is your favorite. Make sure you give the video a like, comment down below, anything really. Well, I'll talk to you about anything. And subscribe if you haven't already. So that's it for me, and I'll see you next time.